There. Thanks for joining me. If you've clicked on this link, chances are you're curious about the training for creative arts therapists in clinical supervision that's being offered through Vancouver Art Therapy Institute. My name's Michaela, I'm the course instructor, and in this short video, I'll give you a little rundown on what the course is all about and how I think it might be of benefit to your professional practice. So assuming that you complete all of the course requirements, you'll receive a certificate of completion. The course has been designed to align with a number of different supervision credentials across Canada. So we're on the list of pre-approved courses for CCPA, that's the Canadian Counseling and Psychotherapy Association, for their clinical supervisor designation. This course is also pre-approved by the BCACC in British Columbia. They have a brand new ACS designation, a brand new clinical supervisor designation, and so this course could be put towards that certification as well. We are on the list of pre-approved courses with two regulatory colleges as well. So in Nova Scotia, the Nova Scotia College of Counseling Therapists, and as well in Prince Edward Island. This course is on their list of pre-approved courses for clinical supervisors who want to pursue clinical supervision training. Finally, CRPO in Ontario does not pre-approve coursework. However, we did submit our syllabus to them when we were designing the course, and we received some very favorable feedback. I always encourage folks to go ahead and reach out to the regulatory bodies or certification bodies beforehand, just to double check and make sure that this course is going to meet the needs and your plans in the future. I do know that the Canadian Art Therapy Association is looking at realigning some of their programming for clinical supervision, and they do not yet have a scheme where they pre-approve courses either. However, I do know that students that have taken this course in the past have reached out to CATA and had some favorable response from them. And so again, I just encourage you to do your diligence and reach out and make sure that the course will get you what you need. So this is a 12-week course that's offered online. It's paced, which means that from week to week, you'll be given a series of readings and invitations to discussion prompts that you will post in the discussion forum. Throughout each individual week, you have the flexibility and freedom to respond to the course material as you see fit. The weeks begin on a Monday, they end on a Sunday, and we're moving through the curriculum from week to week together. The hope is that the discussion prompts will invite you to respond to the material sometimes with words and sometimes in more of a scholarly academic kind of way, but then also creatively. So you are certainly invited to image your responses and bring your creative self to the course content as you respond to it. So we have tried to balance out the asynchronous nature of your week-to-week assignments with some optional invitations for live connection with myself and with peers. The course does include 3 optional live meetings. They're held on Monday, week 1, week 4, and week 12. You're invited to attend. It's a chance to get to know one another, see each other live, ask any questions you might have, clarify any issues about the course and practice in general. And I also offer art prompts usually, so we can work through some art-based exercises focused on clinical supervision together. And so you're welcome to attend. It is not mandatory, and your course completion and grade will not be impacted one way or the other if you attend or if you do not. I do record portions of the session, not the entire thing, because I want to maintain some privacy for those that do participate, but a good portion of the meeting is recorded. So if you can't attend, you can always watch the recording and catch up that way. So yes, indeed, this course does have some assignments. Because it's structured to align with a number of regulatory bodies and certification credentials across Canada. Each of these bodies has some required content that we need to cover off, and so we do that through the readings, through the course assignments, and through the discussion posts and prompts. Rather than thinking of this as a quick CEU that you're going to complete quickly, I would encourage you to think of this as a graduate course. It is designed as a graduate master's level course that will cover off content in clinical supervision and consultation that is required by a number of different bodies across Canada. It is a robust course. You are asked to do a number of readings every week. As I said, some discussion posts, and those posts will count towards your participation grade in this course. You're also going to do 2 shorter assignments, one due week 4 and one due at the very end. That first one looks at leadership and gets you to develop a creative response or a written response to explore your own value system and how that informs how you see leadership and the leader that you would like to be ultimately, or become, or are now. The final assignment is a culmination of all of your learning in the course, and so it is a presentation that you're going to record for your peers and post in the discussion forums. And what I do want to draw your attention to is the second assignment. So that particular assignment requires that you submit to me, not to the group, not posted, but submit to me through confidential encrypted technology that is compliant for healthcare. You're going to submit a short clip or series of clips featuring your work with the clinical supervisee. I will review that, give you some feedback. Along with those clips, you're also going to submit a paper. And the paper allows you to explore a little bit of your work in that particular session and that clip, and apply, of course, some of the readings and theoretical frameworks that we've covered in the course to your work in that particular session. So the course does require that you submit some clips and that you do have a supervisor you're working with who is providing consent, of course, who is providing consent to submit that series of clips, short clips, to me. That is a requirement of the certification bodies that you'll be able to apply to, and so I do want you to consider that and think about that as you're registering for the course. So this particular course is designed for creative arts therapists who may be working in art therapy and or in different counseling roles. It's been designed to meet the needs of creative arts therapies practitioners as they seek to move their practice into clinical supervision and consultation, or deepen your existing practice. You might have already been practicing for some time and want to further develop some skill and have an opportunity to reflect on some different theoretical frameworks, to connect with some other supervisory peers. And so this course will allow you to do that because it meets the needs of different credentialing bodies across Canada. I think one of the most unique features is that we tend to attract students from all across Canada, from all different jurisdictions. So for me, that's really exciting. We've had folks from Quebec, from Ontario, BC, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, to name a few, and so and beyond Canada, actually, folks practicing outside of Canada. So it's really, I think, a great opportunity to learn from peers who are studying in different, in different jurisdictions in Canada and beyond. That certainly has been the feedback from past cohorts, is that they said they have really enjoyed the diversity of their peers. I think another feature that's unique in this particular course is its strong emphasis in ethics and law, particular to the Canadian context and different Canadian jurisdictions. I'll talk to you a little bit more about this in the course itself, but I completed quite recently an LLM in health law, which is a master's of health law. And so within that, I did coursework and some independent research that focused in on the unique features of Canadian law and how that ought to be informing our practices in terms of how we mitigate risk, how we think about liability as clinical supervisors in Canada. And so I've embedded as much of that learning as I can within this course itself. And so I think that is a very valuable and unique feature of this particular training. It's really important to me that that creative arts therapists are well prepared as clinical supervisors and as consultants, and that the course allows you to understand your responsibilities and some of the issues that you might face in terms of ethics. The course also includes an emphasis on the integration and development of cultural humility and cultural safety within clinical supervision and consultation practice. I think that's really important. In fact, there's a lot of literature now coming out showing how important it is to integrate supervisory humility in order to facilitate effective clinical supervision work. And so that's certainly, we have a unit that focuses in entirely on that particular area. So this course is for creative arts therapists who have completed a robust training program that is approved by CATA, the Canadian Art Therapy Association, or its international equivalent. So you may have completed a course program, I should say, that's similar from New Zealand or Australia or the UK and so on. And so as long as it's a robust training program, then that's fine. I usually ask that folks submit a proof of registration with CATA or a similar equivalent organization. If you're not quite at the point of having your RCAT yet, but you're close, then do reach out to me and we can talk about the possibility of you registering for the course. If you're not quite at the point of having supervisees, but you do want to take the course and you're concerned about that second assignment, do reach out to me and we can see if there's a way to set you up so that you can complete that course, that assignment 2 course requirement. So here's my email. Please feel free to reach out and ask any questions that you might have about the course. Clinical supervision, teaching clinical supervision, doing consultation work is an absolute labor of love for me. I'm really passionate about this area of practice, and so do reach out and ask any questions you have about the course, and I'm also happy to add you to the list, and we'll let you know about any future offerings or trainings in this area. Okay, hope to see you soon. Bye.